I'm interested in kind of integrating different forms, like the language, one part, and like sculptural form, and then like now it's like digital forms and things like that. I always kind of trying to integrate things all together in one plan. And all my work is all about that too. It's about, I'm trying to talking about the porosity of things. There is no certain boundary that cuts everything out completely, but there always like, you can kind of gently feel it that it go through back and forth and thing. So the use of language in my work is like that. Language is form, and at the same time it's kind of like when you read something, it's kind of like it intrigue you or something, and it's like tackling your kind of like perception. So it's really work in a sense when you have the word and object. Maybe the word itself is kind of like trying to shift the meaning of the perception of the object, or the object itself kind of like shift the meaning of word, something like that. And through like integrating different kind of form and format, it's kind of like, there is no kind of boundary in a way. If there is a boundary, the boundary is kind of like porous or something like that. So I always kind of like, to try to go to between formats and system. I think it has to do with my own experience to go through from one kind of like life or system and to live in another system and to go back and forth kind of thing. Like today, even though I left the monastery already, I still have a lot of work to do with them. So my relationship or my contribution in the monastic life is still going on. Now I'm continuing my life in contemporary art, and it's go together. And sometimes I try to kind of bring it together through my recent work actually. Yeah, I try to integrate something from the monastery life and something from contemporary culture and art and put it together in one platform. For me, the material is not enough. It doesn't give me the answer. So I'm trying to go beyond all that kind of thing. And I think this is how to do it, you're trying to search something when you kind of like shift back and forth and too many places all the time. So you're kind of trying to create something that doesn't belong to one certain area. It's kind of like floating, like into the void kind of thing, that kind of floating. So, but when you want to go into that kind of like stage, what you have to do is like, to have to grow to certain like exploration and experiment the idea of selves and things like that. When I look back to my own life, actually, when you go to the certain places that you have associated with, when you kind of like live in that place and then you left for like many years, and when you go back, the place change kind of thing, but there's certain thing within you, it's kind of like psychological thing, and also the idea of memory. I'm really interested in that, and I push it further. And for Berlin, like recent development and project in the Museum Island, where you start to recreate the past. It had different kind of history. It's just like the idea of trying to create something from the past, but then it has to do with present, and that's the direction to the future. I'm very interested into that kind of project. And for myself, even like after my years in monastery, when I came back and have to start making art, I also go back to create my own art too, but in terms of like not just like to duplicate that piece, but to transmit some certain idea and create from my own work to the present.